and depictions of her throughout the centuries, from the Middle Ages up to the 19th century, and even treatment by Diaghilev to the current images of her. And I thought, maybe there's something here I could do something with. And so I came back and I began to read the 1001 Nights, the Arabian Nights, and I was absolutely shocked and appalled by how casual the brutality towards women was. And at the same time, I was looking at the internet and seeing these images of women being oppressed by true believers, not only in the Middle East, but certainly in Cairo, Afghanistan, India, but you could find that on Rush Limbaugh. Country. There are a lot of there are a lot of people who feel they can tell women what they should do. And so I imagined a contemporary Scheherazade. That's why I call her Scheherazade Point 2, who is an empowered woman. And in a similar way to the Rimsky-Korsakov, which is probably the only connection that this has to Rimsky-Korsakov's treatment, I give you, the listener, just some very, very sparse, minimal images. The first movement, just evocation of a very beautiful, wise young woman who is pursued by true believers. And then a second movement, which is a love scene. And, maybe her love interest is not a man, who knows? And the third movement, Scheherazade is brought to trial and tried by, I call it Scheherazade and the Men with Beards. And they rage and scream and condemn her, and she answers very simply. And then they rage and scream some more, and she answers very simply. And then finally, she gives as good as she takes. And a final movement in which she escapes from this death sentence, there's flight, and she finds a sanctuary. So the work, I didn't call it a concerto because it's so big. You see a huge orchestra here. I borrowed a term from Berlioz. It's a dramatic symphony in which the violin, the wonderful Lila Josefovitz, whom I so much adore, is not just the solo violinist, but she is the person. And maybe a stroke of good luck, as I was just taking my seat tonight, a very beautiful dark-haired woman came up to me and said, "I'm Scheherazade." I think that's good.
I can't resist asking, you've worked a lot with Lila, and it's hard to imagine a greater proponent for the solo part than Lila. It's pretty staggering what she does. Since you've worked with her, how much of what you know of her capacity informed the writing for the solo violin?
Well, I mean, words fail. That's why I'm a composer. I just can't find the words for her. She's just an embodiment of all the kind of liberated, empowered energy that I imagine in Scheherazade. She just has this unbelievable ability to embody the music, particularly my music, the swing, the power, the lyricism, and she's just utterly fearless. That's all I can say.
Well, I look forward to a few minutes from now when I'll come back to the stage with Lila and we'll play this brand new work. Thank you very much, John.